Morning. Back at our abode.
Oh, you finished the bookshelf.
I did finish the bookshelf. Did you not know I finished the bookshelf?
No.
Oh.
The poll has ended.
Yeah.
The winner is broccoli.
Broccoli.
That's not surprising. Broccoli versus cabbage. 72% broccoli. Yeah. It's more popular. It's more popular than cabbage. Although you can't have coleslaw without cabbage, so.
Or what's the Polish dish with cabbage? The one where it's wrapped like a little cabbage burrito with rice.
Yeah.
Yeah, Golblaki. That's it. Thank you, Ryan.
Yeah.
That.
Cabbage is more versatile. But if you're thinking about having a side of something,
You want broccoli.
you're probably gonna have broccoli. Yeah. Anyway, hi. We're home.
I'm glad I got to sleep last night. I have not been sleeping.
Yeah, you needed your bed, I guess.
I don't know. Hotel room was warm. It was like the bad kind of too warm. I mean, okay, there's the worst kind. It's the kind where you're too hot with the comforter on and too cold with it off, and there's no in between you get. Even if you stick a leg out or anything.
Yeah. I found the happy medium, but I also am 6.5 feet tall. So what I ended up doing that worked for me is I had my feet off of the bed. So like my feet are just right out from under the comforter. So then my feet were my regulator.
It was not enough.
Yeah. It was only a king-size bed. So my feet stuck out the like a normal person with a king-size bed. It was fine. Yeah, we drove back yesterday. And it was a pretty uneventful drive, I guess.
Yeah.
We stopped at the Texas Donut store, the one that has the big donuts. I didn't order a big donut.
We went to IKEA.
We did go to IKEA on the way home, and we bought the bookshelf that we said we would.
We bought 5 things at IKEA.
Yeah, everything else was tiny.
Yeah.
Yeah. We did not get meatballs. We didn't feel like eating the meatballs.
Was it 5 Billies?
It was not 5 Billies. I think there's
no more Billies.
That's it. There is no more room for additional Billies.
Nope.
It's also, at least as of right now, unnecessary. If we had, if we have more games, then at some point, things will get filled out. But like currently we have empty spots, which is great. It's great. So, yeah, you have like 7 floors of rooms for Billies. The Billies can only go here. Because in order to put games in a room, you have to block out the sun. And it's not that you can't block out the sun in every room, But if you do,
I won't let him.
But if you do that, that's called depression. So I choose to only experience depression in 2 rooms of my home.
Give me the bird.
As opposed to the entire house. That's that's what we do. Depression can only be in this room. Yeah, my office and the loft have no sunlight by design. Although, when at certain points during the day, in the loft, you can see some light coming in, like from your office or your studio. Mm-hmm. So like a little tiny bit of light comes into the hallway, and you're like, oh, look at that. Look at that. So that's nice. Anyway, I'm gonna read some alerts. I'm gonna read some alerts, then we'll like talk about stuff, and I can show you the bookshelf. I was trying to think of his proper name.
Bookshelf.
William. All right, we got 83 months from Dragonly, 3 from Jack0304, 93 from Ryan, 3 bits of Dishnet says, good morning. Hope your recent vacation went well. Me and my girlfriend are going to be discussing finding somewhere relatively inexpensive to vacation to next year, and I'm wondering if you or chat have any advice.
The biggest question I have is, what do you want to do on vacation? Do you want to sit around by water? Do you want to eat food? Do you want to see a city? Exploring? Nature or urban?
So, I mean...
See a city?
DC is not a terrible choice because...
No, food is expensive in DC.
Yes, food is really expensive, but the things that you would see,
the museums,
are free.
Yeah. For the most part, a lot of them are free.
Yeah. Or you could just deliberately choose to go to the free ones, and you would have an entire week's worth of things to do, which is nice. That takes care of like at least that aspect of a trip. Depending on
There's also a lot of outside stuff to see
in DC.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. DC's not the worst choice to be honest. That's something to consider. The other thing is just like, I mean, for me, the relative distance of where you are to a place is like a part of it. Because like if you have to fly, then that changes it. But if you can drive, that can be cheap. If you can take a train and the train doesn't cancel, that's not bad. But like the downside about driving is that you have to park there, and that's expensive.
Yeah, that was expensive.
We could
have probably parked out of town and taken like the subway in.
Yeah, I mean, there's other ways that you could get around that, I'm sure. You could even stay outside of DC and transit in.
Yeah.
And like all of these things cost you time, but they save you money, so it's always like a balancing act of like exactly what you want to do. But I like DC a lot. The museums are incredible, and like you have to be like museum person, because some people are just not museum person, and that's fine. But as long as you're a museum person, holy cow, it's so many.
So many.
Like 20 plus. And each one of them takes hours and hours to go through. So, yeah, I would consider that. For sure. Maybe you'll get to actually do train. Maybe.
Somehow both secret and delicious. Tiny Eddie's Grainy Cucumber Brew.
Somehow.
I feel like that's just someone's made some sort of alcoholic beverage.
Give me the
It's
bird.
just pulpy cucumber. that sounds real, personally. 1,000 Bits from Owu says, Tiny Eddie, what's a good thing to eat in my depression room? I mean, if you're in your depression room, go for broke with a grainy cucumber brew. You're already down. Find the floor with grainy cucumber brew. It does sound like depression room food.
Is it a mix of like horchata made with cucumber?
Words that no
Fermented.
one has ever... Ew. I mean, again, someone's made... This is a thing. This is like at some hipster bar. See, this costs $17 somewhere. That's the... Everything that Tiny Eddie serves costs $17 somewhere. Whether or not it's worth it, it's up to you. So... Oh, okay, you shouldn't take a train. 23 hours on a train is too long. That's too much train. Don't train, then. Never mind. You should fly. You should fly. Not have a car. Not have to pay to park. There you go. I was excited when we left the parking garage yesterday. I was fully expecting us to be charged for 5 days. Because we arrived on Saturday. And we left on Wednesday. And I was like, well, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And even though we were arriving late Saturday and leaving early Wednesday, I just assumed that if there is a way to be charged, they will find it. And that's not what happened. We were only charged... I think our total parking was $214. Yeah. And, like, is that a lot of money? I mean, yeah. Yeah, that's a lot of money to park for a few days. But, I mean, we had already, like, budgeted for it, considering that was train money.
Yeah.
Mr. Deathdeal, $2.14, right? Oh, honey. Ryan, wait, $214. Yeah, $214 for the privilege of parking the car for
4 nights.
4 nights. So yeah, parking in DC, not fun. But again, we were going to spend that on the train there and back. So it's like, all right. And the car actually, will make it to DC and back near as a hair on one tank of gas. So, don't you feel so blessed to be able to park the car? Yeah.
Having lived in Raleigh for as long as we have now, I have learned how parking works, and I have multiple secret spots over the city to park the car.
Seems helpful.
It is. There's a spot that's really confusing where there's a no parking anytime sign pointing towards the crosswalk. Like there is like in every crosswalk in Raleigh. And then there's enough spots for 2 cars and then a sign that's like pointing towards the back this way. That's like 2-hour parking, but only Monday through Friday, like 9 to 5. And then the other way, it's like permit only parking. So it's really confusing because there's like 3 signs right there.
Yeah.
No one's ever parked there.
I mean, if you put up enough signs with enough words, people are not going to sit there and figure that out.
Yeah.
Because they're trying to figure that out while driving.
Yeah.
So you're driving, someone's maybe behind you, and you're reading 4 signs to try and determine...
Am I allowed to park here?
Yeah, and at some point you go, I'm not sure, and I'm not willing to risk it, and then you just move on.
The other day I parked there, and there was a parking attendant coming up the road. And I was talking to a friend of mine who was right there, and I was like, no one ever parks here. I was like, this is my secret spot. And she's like, that's really awesome. She's like, I'm going to start pulling in behind you because there's enough for 2 cars. And the parking guy comes up. He's like, yeah, I never see cars here.
Well, I'm glad you have some spots. Yeah. We got 15 months from the Great Crispo 1994. And this.
Feel delighted from your heel to your shin with Tiny Eddie's caramel glazed graham cracker and sandwich wafers.
That works.
It's not a very far distance. 1,000 Bits of Darbucus says, the Georges skipped this meatballs at IKEA. What did Eddie serve them as a hopefully welcome home treat instead? Caramel glazed graham cracker. I'm on board for that. That's nice. And sandwich wafers.
I choose to believe that means there's a cream filling.
Because it's sandwich wafers?
Yeah. Like a cookie sandwich wafer?
Yeah. It sounds like those little things that taste like cardboard. The long rectangles.
Yeah, with the filling?
Yeah.
Yeah. The pink ones?
Yeah, they're wafers. I think they're just called wafers. Been a long time since I did. Every once in a while, I'll go to the Walmart specifically to buy the dollar snack. I bet they're not $1 now. But for a while, I would go and buy, like, the duplex cookies.
Oh, okay.
You get, like, 100 cookies for $1, and it tastes like it. But I love them. I don't know. There's something very nostalgic about those. And then sometimes I'll get the wafers also. Same deal. They taste like $1. Sometimes that's what you want. I don't know. Sometimes you have nostalgia for something that's not good, but it's still nostalgic. And because when you were a child it was good, there is some element of your adult brain that also perceives it as good. So that's the other part of it. It says sometimes you want snack but don't want to spend money. That also is true. DC was great, but there were multiple times where I was like, I'm sorry, it's how much for the food at this establishment?
They were selling pints of Ben & Jerry's at a Ben & Jerry's.
Coffee!
For $12.
Those should be $5. Not $12.
A pint of Ben & Jerry's was $12. And I was like, okay. Alright. And I think the weird thing, I guess it's not weird, it's just like a product of like where you live and what you become used to. It's like, I was reading like restaurant stuff on like the DC subreddit, and people talk about restaurants that are expensive as if they are not. And I'm like, these people are in different tax brackets. Like, this is just a different situation. And like, I can stomach things being on vacation for a few days and being like, all right, things are just going to be expensive for 4 days. And like, that's okay. But to live there and be like,
this is how much things cost.
This is how much things cost. I'm like, oh, gross. Exactly. It's a banana, Michael. How much could it cost? $10?
Philly would never.
Renee, live in Hawaii. I dare you. Yeah. 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 That's the trick.
Live in Hawaii?
No, the trick is when you can spend some money when you're on vacation, and you tell yourself like it's. I mean, you don't spend all of the money, but like you can do some nice things. You can have a, my rule.
Sweet treat.
Sweet treat every day. That's the rule. Sweet treat every day. On vacation, every day, sweet treat. Whether or not you want to do 2 sweet treats in a day, that's your prerogative. That's between you and God. But sweet treat every day. I love it.
And if you're me in Japan, it's fruit sando every time you stop at a konbini.
Please, Chi says, I love that rule. I'm applying that to my trips. I guarantee you, your vacations will become at least twice as good. It's science. I'm telling you, it's science. It's not like, oh, one of these days while I'm here on vacation, I'm going to have a ice cream. No. It's one sweet treat every day. I did that in Japan. It's real easy to do in Japan. It's also easier to justify in Japan because food's so cheap.
Yeah.
Harder to justify in DC, but I still did it. In the morning, ooh, a donut shop? That sounds lovely. Sweet treat. In the evening, oh, let's walk around the wharf and eat an ice cream cone. Sweet treat. Sweet treat. I love it. Chryselium says, but what about sweet treat every day, even when you're not on vacation? Not recommended. Not recommended. That I would not personally advocate for that life. But on vacation, make your vacation better. Make it special. Have a sweet treat every day. We have 50 months from Potato Chips. What? 91 from Kiwi Scipio. 90 from Jennifer Jack. 43 from Silver Cates. 21 from Please the Cheese. 60 months from Jezza Gaming. That's a 5.
Their mascot is a simplifying bat, Tiny Eddie's Butter Mustard Buddies.
Butter Mustard Buddies.
I hope it's a baseball bat.
You want to simplify a situation? Bring a baseball bat. It'll make everything real simple. 1000 Bits of Aggregated Molecule says, my depression room is just whatever room I happen to be in. What should I force myself to eat? Have you had Butter Mustard Buddies? Butter Mustard Buddies. Butter Mustard but now I can't sit. Butter Mustard Buddies sounds like something I would eat, though.
It does.
I think I could make some Butter Mustard Buddies at home. Butter Mustard Buddies. I really like mustard. I don't know that people quite understand. I really like mustard a lot. It is delicious. You can put it on more than you think. We had 48 months from Sacademus. That's a 4. As much as Alex.
Happening now. Marty McFly and the New Pork City Primates won't shake hands with spherical biologists.
Spherical biologist.
Is this sports? I don't. Those bits of Facebook. Give me some sports on this lovely Thursday morning. Marty McFly and the Newport City Primates. You had to go back in time. Or forward in time? Where's Newport City? Won't shake hands with spherical biologists.
Jimothy?
Oh no. Violet from Willy Wonka's factory became a biologist. This reminds me. And I know you're on the edge of your seat to find out what on earth this particular sentence could. It reminds me that we need to watch the Back to the Future films, because you haven't seen the Back to the Future films.
I think I've seen the first one, maybe.
Wow.
I don't know.
You've convinced me to no longer watch the Back to the Future.
I'm willing to rewatch it, because I don't remember.
Yeah. They're good. They're very good. So, we'll watch them.
And you haven't seen Indiana Jones.
I haven't. I mean, I have seen some bits and pieces on TV over the years, but I've never sat down and watched.
That's how I feel about
watch the Indiana
Back
Jones
to the Future.
films.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, actually, do you want to be really angry? Do you want to? Yes, you do. You're here, so you do. I have seen an Indiana Jones film. I have. I went to the theater and saw an Indiana Jones film. Like the fourth one? Renee, it's a new one, isn't it? Yep. Crystal Skull, is that it? That's the only Indiana Jones film I've seen start to finish. And I thought to myself, I don't know what the fuss is about.
The one I've seen the most is the one with the child.
The one with the child.
The one with the child, which I'm pretty sure is the worst one.
It's the same thing with Jurassic Park. I've never seen Jurassic Park, but I've seen Jurassic Park 3 or 2 or something. I don't know.
My middle school band teacher, anytime we didn't, like, get out instruments for some reason, that's what she chose to put on. Every time.
How you phrased that was like she asked everyone to get your instruments out and everyone said, we refuse. And she said, I guess we'll watch a movie.
The first band class after a concert, she'd be like, we're not playing today. I'm putting on this movie.
Well, here's the good news. It is Thursday, and Thursday in our home has been movie night for the past, like, month or two.
Yeah, since Josh finished playing Mother 3.
We've been sticking to that, and we'll be watching movies today. So far, I have chosen every single film, and that's actually been okay. It's actually been okay.
Okay is the word I would use.
Oh, I've chosen.
Some have been good. Also, I did choose one. I chose La La Land because I wanted to see it.
Oh, that's right. You chose La La Land. Okay, so there you go. And it's open to people to choose a film.
Yeah.
And I haven't had anyone choose a film until
last week.
Last week, Chaz said that he wants to watch Project Hail Mary, and I was like, okay, let's do it. But not this week.
No.
Because Jeff is unavailable. But next week, I think we're going to watch Project Hail Mary. So, anyway, I spent last night like
trying to pick a movie for
pick some films.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have to narrow it down.
Okay. Anyone is welcome to pick a movie.
I think they know that.
I
also
hope they know that.
I think they know that. But I feel happy to know that people have been relatively pleased with like what I've been choosing to watch. So, Julia, I'm picking a movie. You visit on a Thursday, pick a movie.
I mean, last Extra Life, Thomas picked Money Pit.
He did. He did. And one of your bike friends was over.
Yeah, I invited one of my bike friends.
And he was impressed at how much discourse there was after the film. Because
Yeah.
everyone was just yelling at each other about the movie. And he was like, I thought it was good. And everyone was like, shut up! We have a lot of words to say. You put 7 of us in a room to watch a film. We need to talk for 20 minutes after it's over.
I still really love Chaz was like, they're trying to make me care about these characters, and I don't.
Juliet says, there was way more yelling than I expected to. I made sure to tell Thomas I appreciated his movie. It was a great time.
That was the first time that bike friend had met any of you too. Like, he hadn't even met you yet.
Yeah, I'm surprised he came back. He came back at some point. We played,
Agricola.
yeah. So.
He was laughing. He thought you were all funny.
Renee says, have you watched Ghostbusters? Our friendship forward will be affected. Mal and I watched Ghostbusters 1 and 2 back to back for the first time last year.
Let bike friend choose a movie. He did tell me his favorite movie, and I plan to watch it soon. He's also kind of in the same camp as you, where he's missed a lot of important films.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, in fairness, there's so many important films. Like, it's just, it's hard, man. Like, because you talk about a movie, especially like for me, because I went to film school, and God knows any conversations that happened in the classroom with peers was like, you was on it. But also, I was in rooms with people that's literally all they did, is they just lock themselves in a room and watch movies forever. I'm like, I had stuff to do. Sorry. I had things I had to do. But yeah, there's I think I've picked out like 4 or 5
For tonight.
Yeah, and so how I figure it out is I look at like content, right? Because the first one's
Because we always do a double feature.
we always do a double feature. The first one's got to be lighter than the second one. The second one I allow myself to just choose whatever I want. But the first one I make sure it's lighter, and then the other thing I take into consideration is runtime, because sometimes I'm looking at movies, but they're both 2.5 hours long, and I'm like, that's too much. I'd like, if I'm gonna watch a 2.5 hour film, the other one cannot be 2.5 hours. But just in general, movies are too long. We get 70 months from Colton, 67 from Darbicus, 500 bits from Gamers 00700, and 500 bits from JetJet, who says, got approved for the house and paid the security deposit. I can get the keys and move in anytime after August 3rd. Just have to get final logistics figured out. Nice.
Awesome.
Nice. It's all coming together. And like figuring out the logistics sucks, but I would say you're on a downward slope now. Mostly. Maybe a little level. I don't know. Congrats again. Jet, I'm freaking out. It's fine. It's fine. It's happening. Also, August 3rd, that's well, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's far away. Just you take your time. I'm surprised at how quick this summer feels like it's going.
Yes.
This
I
summer,
cannot believe it's almost August.
and like I'm real happy about that because it's been hot.
I just checked the weather for the next week, and it's like 80s and low 90s, and I was like, oh my god.
Yeah. And like, oh god, yeah. Renee says, yeah, we picked up school supplies yesterday. It's that time. Juliet, I love you guys, but I'm never moving to Toronto. Juliet, I want you to know that 8 months out of the 12, it's actually just fine.
Yeah. He is correct.
Which means you only lose out on a third of the year. 2/3 of the year is fine. It's totally good. So,
What? Man, I'm looking forward to some December bike riding.
Yeah. Do you remember how incapacitated I was from what you would consider fine? Yeah, it's hot. It's hot. I'm also looking forward to being able to move around a little bit, because one of the things I really do like to do is to just take walks. Like a few times a week, 20, 30-minute walk. It's really, really nice.
You guys get seasons other than summer.
We get cool summer. It does get cold. It's hard for people...
We had 3 snowfalls this year.
It's hard for people to believe that when we're like, oh, it was 113 today. But, like, it does eventually get cold. Like, it does snow. So, we get there. Just takes a while. It's gonna be warm until mid-September. When people are here for Extra Life, which, by the way, I'm trying to remember that I continue to say when it is. November 7th, November 7th, November 7th, November 7th. When people are here for that, like, we'll be able to, like, take walks. That'll be great. That'll be great. Yeah, 11/7. Or if you're in a different part of the world, 7-11. Anyway.
7, 8, 9, and 10. Everybody dance hard to the end.
7-11 backwards. We got 670 bits from Drudo, who says, good morning, grandparents. Some big life updates. I've almost hit my savings goal to move out and get an apartment. I plan on doing a tour in the next week. Kind of surreal that this thing I've said will happen for 3 years is finally happening.
Yay! That's so exciting.
Awesome. Very, very cool. yeah, it's one of the fun things of adulthood is to plan to do a thing and then do whatever is necessary. Sometimes it's just wait the amount of time and then finally get to do the thing. And moving out's a big one. That's a pretty big one.
It's very exciting.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm glad that things are going well. This is so dumb. My brain fired the synapse before it had a chance to like double check it.
Oh no.
Because I'm like almost 40, but I'm like, I like living with you instead of like at home, like on our own. That's nice. Briefly, my mind was like back in college for the first time, like 19 years old. Like, wow, okay. It's now been oh no. Oh, whoa, hold on. No, what? Oh no. I'm twice as old as I was when I entered college? Oh no.
Yeah.
I could have entered college again.
Don't, please. We have a mortgage.
Huh.
Yeah, my high school did their 20-year reunion this summer.
Yeah, mine does. I say mine does it like they're gonna do anything. Next year would be mine. Do we want to do something
For what?
for my?
I don't know. It's yours.
I know. Well, I'm asking because I will have to do it. I'll have to plan it, and I could. I don't know, super far away from home. I could be like, hey, let's go.
Just says you don't.
Okay.
That was Chaz hitting the no button.
Okay. I wouldn't, Zimmer CJ Steven, aren't you in charge of that? No! Famously, I'm not in charge. I've just been put in charge by other people. But, I could do like
So, class president is traditionally supposed to plan it.
Yeah, they're the ones that
Steven was not class president.
I was not class anything. Class clown.
You were prom king.
I was prom king. That's such a weird... That doesn't make any sense. It's funny, but it doesn't make any sense to me. We had 41 months from Aaron the Baron, 78 from Layla 3, and 78 from Jackson Lee Gaming. Did you take Mal to prom? No. I wouldn't know Mal for several more years.
I knew of you.
I would have taken you to prom, though, if I had known you and we were dating at the time.
If we were dating, I'd hope you'd take me to prom.
Yeah. Actually, I probably wouldn't, because I would have to, like, fly you in.
Oh, yeah, that would have sucked.
Yeah, I couldn't have afforded that in high school. I would have walked around with, like, a picture of you and been like, she's real. I was gonna say I would walk around with you on a FaceTime call, but the technology didn't exist at the time.
You would have taken a college girl to your high school prom.
Oh yeah, you would have been in.
Yeah.
You're older than me.
Yeah.
Don't say it so enthusiastically. Like, you're just not that a lot older. Just a little bit. Just a tiny bit.
11 months.
11 months.
Uh-huh.
So just that's not that much. We're the same age for a little bit.
A tiny bit.
Physically only a year. Mentally, though? Mentally, I am older than Mal. By about 50 years.
No. Radio Dread, multiple messages of haha.
I'm mentally like
Radio Dread. No.
like 87, 88.
I still have my prom dress. It's in that closet.
I don't have my...
It is the most Y2K
thing.
prom dress.
I don't know what that means. I'm assuming some people will know what that means, but I don't know what that means.
I wore it when we did the dinner stream for April Fools. The blue dress I have on.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember that.
One of my bike friends for his birthday, every other year, because he does a theme every year, but every other year he does a formal party. Wear a prom dress, something that you don't ever get to wear.
Interesting.
So I'm looking forward to next year when I can break that dress out and go to his birthday. You can't try explaining fashion to this man.
Yeah, I mean, I got this shirt on. I own like 5 of this exact shirt. I like it because the back is a little longer, so it covers your crack. It's literally why I own this shirt. Because I'm big. You know? That's the problem, is you can't just get...
You have long torso.
I do. I have long everything. But with like the body. It's a tall. This is a tall shirt too. It's just, you know what I mean. What was I doing?
Reading alerts.
I got sidetracked. We got 300 bits of Gadzooks who says, tow trucks are just the car version of natural selection. Prove me wrong. I mean, I think this one could be argued a little bit. I don't want to, so I won't. But I think this one could be argued. Tow trucks don't exist naturally. They're not just wandering around.
They're not just predators wandering around looking.
They're not just driving around looking for tows like I'm a cadet with, like, that's not really a 1-to-1 here. We got 95 months from Mech Mayhem, 46 from Richard Ashby, 500 for Goodway Game Lee. This is, for a long time, my only knowledge of the Star Wars franchise was through the Lego games until recently. Yeah, probably not the best way to gain knowledge of the Star Wars franchise, but also probably not the worst. The worst would be listening to me talk about the Star Wars franchise. That's another movie that we should watch at some point so you can see it.
Maybe, yeah.
Just like 4. Maybe 4 and 5 together, and then you don't need to watch any other ones. 300 from Come Here the Free just says, well, guess I'm 30 now.
Happy
Sigh.
birthday. 30's great.
30's good.
I'm told I'm going to love my 40s even more.
Yeah. I think when you first turn 30, there's this feeling of dread. And then you get a little into it, and you're like, oh, actually, this is great. This is really great. So my 30s have been better than my 20s. I liked my 20s. We don't have very far to go until we're done with the 30s.
I know.
God bless that woman that said that we must have gotten married when we were children.
Oh, the server from our anniversary dinner.
Yeah. She must have had real bad eyesight or something, but that was very sweet. I appreciated that. Let's see. We got 49 months from Llama's Attack. 500 bits from Aggregated Molecules says, my friends and I saw Stigmata, I think that was its name, in the theater. A garbage movie with Schwarzenegger. We talked about how bad it was in the parking lot for longer than the runtime of the film. That's a good movie experience.
That's how I felt after we saw Twisters.
Yeah. Twisters was one of the best movies I've ever seen. But I can never recommend it to people because I can only say it was one of the best movies I've ever seen if your theater was in earthquake mode. That was great. My favorite moment was Dan going to get a drink, coming back, and just staring at his chair doing this. And he's holding a drink and a popcorn, trying to decide when he's going to jump back into the chair. I was like, this is amazing. 10 out of 10. Movie itself, not very good. The experience of watching the movie, superb. People were screaming. At one point, there was one specific jolt in that movie that was like, it was too much. Like, when they were programming the chairs, like, they let Dale alone in a room for a minute, and he was like, I'm just going to turn it up to 11 on this one. Because everyone came out of their seat at one point. And I'm like, I don't think that was supposed to happen. Someone went a little far on that jolt. Anyway, you can never watch it like that again, so... Isn't that a shame? Like, there needs to... I hope that when 4D cinema is dead, that there's, like, one theater...
That keeps...
One theater somewhere that, like, they still have the movies and the seat data, and they, like, just keep... They play through the movies that had it. Because that was fun. It's like, there needs to be theaters that still show, like, 3D movies. That needs to happen. And the old ones, too. The ones that are bad. We had 36 months from Lucas Dworka. That's a 3. James says, wait, so the seats vibrated? That is...
I mean, there was, like, subwoofers in there.
That's...
But also, the seats moved.
Yeah, vibrating would be doing it a disservice. The seats physically could... They were independent from each other, and they could move. And it was just... It was terrible. Like, I loved it.
I felt beat up afterwards. I was not happy.
Everyone hurt. We left the theater and everyone was like, oh, God. So much pain. And I was like, man. Oh, whew. That's just... Oh, I love that. Because you can't have that at home. I mean, I guess
said
you
she
could.
would shake a chair for you.
That, yeah, you could do that. You could do that. Did they make you sign a waiver? No, but who knows? When you buy the ticket, maybe there's a thing that's like, hey, you can't sue us. That seems reasonable. All right, I'm gonna play these arts. You ready? I built that.
Wow.
That's the Billy that we bought at the store. That's to hold player's guides. So it's like right over here. And there's another picture of it. Yeah. So like there was room for it.
There's room for a lot of things.
Well, I mean, but I'm not going to put anything else over there. The skinny ones are better for books because then it's less surface area to potentially, you know, change the shelves. I thought about removing the airplane from this photo because it's probably it was happenstance. I thought it was nice though. And then this is the mothership.
African American History Museum. Wonderful museum, by the way.
Yeah.
Incredibly well done.
Yeah, we went to a few different museums. We spent a fair bit of time in the African American History Museum. The upper floors, especially the fourth floor, has all sorts of really, really interesting stuff. And the way that they set up the museum was really neat. Because there's an entire room about music, and it's set up like a record store, which was so neat. So you could actually flip through records, and it had like, they were actual records, but then the thing behind it would be information about the record that you just saw. And then in the middle of the floor was these were these big interactive displays with all of the music that was in the fake record store, and you could play the music. Very neat. Very, very neat. So
I was really happy to see Elizabeth Cotton.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she should be.
Yeah.
She should be in there. Yeah. So there was. There was all sorts of stuff in there. I filmed a bunch of things.
Yeah.
I probably mentioned that, but the whole trip is vlogged because I thought it would be a good video to just show all the different things that we did. So at some point that'll be coming out. That won't be the next thing I put out, but it's coming. It's coming. 300 Bits from Facebook says, so was there an Earthbound ship in DC now that you saw the Mother ship? Yes. It's 1,200 pounds and it's in a museum. People today, they don't know George Clinton. They don't know Parliament. They don't know the funk. Colin says, "Is Japan next?" Yeah, I'm working on the last Japan vlog. I'm glad that there are more people here that know about the funk than I initially thought. That's great. In my brain, it's went from like 10 people to 15 people, and I'm like, yeah, all right, I'll take it. Yeah, I gotta finish the last Japan vlog. I'll be working on that probably a little bit today, just to try and finish that. There's not a lot to it. It's not
very long.
It's not a lot of it. I'm ready to be done with it. For multiple reasons. Like, one of the things that I told myself I wasn't going to do is I was like, I'm not going to update to the new OS until I deal with this.
Yeah. You have things to do.
It's been so long now that Tahoe is almost out. Like, Golden Gate is coming out in, like, a month or two. And I'm like, man, okay. Just completely missed a OS release. Alright. What else? I'm trying to think if there's any other last minute things that happened on the trip that weren't just, we bought a shelf. Oh, I know something.
We did not get to meet up with Jiggy.
Who?
Jiggy.
Yeah, he, I messaged him, and, Vagabond, good. I messaged him, and, we were planning to meet up, and then it got close to that time, and I was like, alright. And he was like, I'm sorry, he's like, I'm now, everything's busy. And I was like, I understand, you're doing an event, because he was doing a Zeldathon. So
You'll see him next month.
I will! Mm-hmm. That's public now. I can talk about that. Yeah. So, I mentioned it earlier in the stream. It's very important. Extra Life is November 7th. Put that on your calendars. But also, there's a Coliseum event happening in August. It's a brand new Coliseum, and it's comprised of some Coliseum veterans from various Coliseums, because there was always multiple Coliseums. And then also some new people. So I know like a quarter to a third of the people at the event. I think closer to a quarter, because they've added some people. There's a reveal video, but the reveal video does not have the full roster in it at all.
I am not going to be there.
I won't be there. Yeah, it does not have the full roster, and I think that's because most people are actually completely incapable of shooting a short video. I can say that with 100% certainty because for years I was the guy that was like, all right, everyone, we're going to do this intro video and I need clips from everyone. And I had to hunt them down. I mean, I had to hunt people down. So it is of no surprise to me that when tasked with making a short video of going, okay, that's asking way too much. So, yeah, there's other people that will be there that aren't just in the thing. Yeah, so, which would be terrifying because you are tall. I will find you. You think you can hide in a cupboard up high. I can get there, so be careful.
Which means you should hide in a cupboard down low.
I can't bend down. I haven't been able to bend down in 3 years. What's down there? I don't know. Dirt? Spiders? Doesn't matter. It's too low. I'm not going down there. Yeah, so that's coming up. I don't remember when it is. I honestly don't.
August.
I know it's August, but that's not when it's on my calendar. It's August 15th. No, 14th. 14th. August 14th, 15th, and 16th. It's that weekend. So it's the second, well, technically third weekend in August. So right smack dab in the middle of August. So I'm just going to say the middle of August, and that's accurate.
That is so accurate.
It is accurate. Josh will be there. I'll be there. Dan, Claire, Tom, maybe someone else I know. That might be it. I think there's 5 of us. I think there's 5 of us from Oh, Andrew was also the yeah, that's right. Andrew was the previous Coliseum that I've been to. Jared will not be there. Jared has like a kid or will have a kid. He's either having a kid or on the like figuring it out. Yeah. Jared's a father. He's got like stuff to do. He adopted 2 kids? Oh, I thought it was just
Yeah, that's what he was talking about on that stream the other day.
What stream?
When we rated him, he was talking about it. How there was 2.
Oh. I've never listened to anyone I've rated. I just raid and then I leave. Well, good for him. That's twice as many as 1. Okay, well. Do they know how to drum? They will. Give it a little time. But they will. Yeah, so he won't be there. But the rest of Disc Only will be there. I assume there will be some sort of Disc Only segment. Hopefully I'm not in charge of it. I was in charge of it last time. I don't want to do it again. Don't ask me to do it. I'll be there, but don't ask me to like do anything. I don't want to be like the hardest part of Coliseum, and it's so different from Extra Life, is that there's incentives. There has to be incentives. And it's real foreign to me because at Extra Life, there are no incentives. It's just like the incentive is help children. Done. We're going to play games. You put the money in the children pot. That's it. At Coliseum, it's like, okay, we're going to play this game, but we have to, there's got to be a part where we put our hands in honey, or we, close our eyes, or we put, a necklace on, or whatever, And that's the hardest part, is I'll be like, we should play a game, and everyone's like, absolutely. Now find ways to make people give money to it. I'm like, I don't do this on my charity events, so this is different for me. God, I can't wait for the waterboarding segment. It's not my Twitch channel. For every $50.
I'm going.
You're doing great, Tom. You're doing great. Wait 49 months from Luna Rose VT, 69 months from Tiger, and 21 from Dragonstorm. Will says, well, the incentive for Extra Life is the game that we pick. Yes, but that also is by design, right? Because then we don't have to do, like, if we hit this, we'll cover the house in whipped cream or whatever. I don't know what people do. So it's the incentive is a self-fulfilling thing, which is good because the event is sound. It is its own thing. We don't have to think about that every year. We did have an incentive last year, which was if we hit a certain goal, Thomas will blow up this 30-year-old thing with his mouth and then immediately realize, actually, no, I can't do this. I will die. That was a good one.
That was a good one.
I did like that. Thomas will blow up. Guys, if we hit $100,000, Thomas will blow up.
What's our goal this year?
We have a really lofty goal this year.
We do have a lofty goal.
And like I will do everything in my power to help us hit that, but I understand that it's a lofty goal. The lofty goal is, I think it's $125,000. The reason it is that much is because that puts us at $1 million lifetime. Because normally what I would do is I would set the goal for like 100K and be like, let's do it, 100K. 25K extra is a lot of extra, but it's also like, for this year on screen, it's going to show lifetime totals, which I think will help people understand, like, oh, we are that close. So, that's...
Is it going to flip back and forth between the year goal and then the lifetime goal occasionally?
That's what I was going to have.
Okay.
That's what I was going to ask Chaz to do. You say will it, and I'm just like, it'll do whatever Chaz makes it do, but that was what I was going to ask him to do, yeah. So it'll show both. Maybe have like one's big and one's small under it, and then occasionally they flip in size, so like the big one becomes small and the small one becomes big or something like that. Anyway, yeah. And I'm also hoping that doing shelf control throughout the year kind of gets people excited for what is essentially shelf control, but real long. And more zany because there's roulette. Shelf control doesn't have roulette. So, speaking of, shelf control is Saturday. Today's what, Thursday?
Yes.
Yeah, so 2 days from now is shelf control. So shelf control this Saturday, 1 p.m. Eastern. Looking forward to it. We got to talk to Chaz soon and get the games list updated. Surprising no one, there are more games every month. The one thing I haven't had a chance to do yet is I haven't had a chance to install that new cooling kit in the PS2. I need to get around to that, but yeah. And I guess that's it. That's all the things that happened in DC.
Yeah.
That's the stuff coming up. 2 charity events. Tomorrow morning you are what? Are you painting or are you?
No. I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, you got a whole day to figure it out.
I do.
So tomorrow at 11 a.m. Mal is doing something on her channel.
Not cake.
Not cake.
I need the cake for next week, so doing the cake tomorrow makes no sense. I could do Lego. Maybe I should do Lego.
You could do Lego. I mean, we're so close to being in the real spot.
Yeah.
Tabletop is getting closer to being set up. By the end, I mean, we have another month, but at the end of August, it will be permanent and set up, and we can actually use it, which will be nice. And then tomorrow night, Hitman.
Yeah.
Tomorrow night, Hitman. Like I said, Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern. Shelf control. Sunday. Sunday will be Celeste, because we finished Hades. I said we were going to go back to Celeste. I will be aiming for 1 p.m., but also it could possibly start just a little bit later. So we're going to play that one by ear a little bit, just because Dan and Jenny are going to be in town, because they're coming up to go to GalaxyCon. So if any of you are going to be at GalaxyCon in Raleigh and you're like, I think that's Dan. That is Dan. Go say hi to Dan. So he won't be joining me for Shelf Control because he'll be at GalaxyCon that day. But probably going to get lunch with them before they go out of town on Sunday. So that might make Celeste start a little bit later, possibly. Yeah. And then otherwise, next week's like normal.
Yeah.
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 Okay. Cool. It's good to be home. I enjoyed our time. I really did. And I got to tell you, from the bottom of my heart, it is so nice to go on a vacation and come home and not immediately be freaking out about how behind you are on things. It's really nice to just enjoy vacation, and then that was it. You come home and you're like, okay, that's good. That's the best thing in the world. And like I shot a video, so I have to make a video, but it's not like, oh God, I already had 12 other videos I needed to do, and I have now 5 new ones. It's like, no, just, I'm good. A normal human vacation. Yeah. It's really nice.
Really nice.
All right. 49 months from Darth Mario, and that's it. Thanks, everybody, for being here this Thursday morning. Join Mao on her channel tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Eastern for something.
Friday morning.
And we'll see you tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern for the continuation of Hitman. See you then.